I don't know if you've been watching the news recently, but it's been announced that prices and inflation are going to go up again through the roof. This isn't anything new. This has been happening for months, but this time it's getting really serious. Inflation and cost of living is now officially going through the roof. Why is this happening? Well, in this video, we're going to find out.
Analyzing the news.
As of April, and as April begins, which we are now in, did you know that several household bills are set to rise again? You couldn't bloody make it up. The exact amount you will pay depends on the factors like where you live and your personal circumstances. But they always say that, don't they? It's all to do with personal circumstances, but at the end of the day, they're getting you more money off you. That's what they want. Get sick of this. While minimum wages are still increasing and the wages have been growing faster than inflation, this is in the UK, by the way, many households may still feel financial pressures. And this isn't going to stop. It's going to go up and up and up and up. Have you heard about this? This inflation that's happening again?
Yeah. It's inevitable, isn't it?
What is going on?
I don't know. I know our gas and lecky's gone up like 43 quid a month. No, it's gone up quite a lot.
43 quid a month? We're never bloody even in the house. We're always walking Soft Lad. If you don't know who Soft Lad is, he's a dog, by the way. The thing what gets me is how do they get and calculate this information? Because our bills are going up and up and up every single month. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. We're using less electricity and gas than we did last month, but it's almost doubled. What is going on? I love being around nature. You know, walking the dog is so relaxing. It's like I haven't got a care in the world and it's free. You can just walk around and enjoy Mother Nature. This is the interesting thing about life. If you think about it, the best things in life are free. When I say free, that means everything's free. They say money doesn't grow on trees. You're right, but you can't eat money, can you? Money's just a way to exchange goods. But the thing you actually want is the goods itself. In other words, you get your money to buy the food. Take the money away, you just want the food. Okay, well, where does food grow from? It grows from the ground and it grows from the trees. Trees are free. Okay, let's look at this one then, because water bills are rising across England and Wales. Now we know that anyway, but they're really rising. In fact, they're going to rise again and again and again and again. They are not going to stop. And I'm trying not to be negative, but this is a fact, because the average increase is going to be at least £10 more per month starting from the end of April. Why is this bloody happening? What is going on? Well, let's have a look. Because it says here, water companies say that higher bills are needed to fund the infrastructure and improve the facilities that they've already got in place. I'm not being funny, but they're making billions of pounds a year. I don't know how much council tax you pay, but I pay a lot. And then you've got VAT, car tax, road tax, income tax. Look how happy he is. Come on then, mate. Come on, we have to hold him back, because when we see other dogs and their owners, there he is. When we see other dogs and their owners, they get anxious about him because he's such a big dog and they think he's aggressive, but he's not. And when he's got that stupid thing on his face, it makes him look more aggressive. But he's not. The reason why we've got that on his face is to make them feel more at ease that, look, he can't bite you, even though he doesn't bite. He can't bite you because he's got a muzzle on his face. We're trying to give the public a sense of security. Don't worry, he's not a threat, he's not going to hurt you, he's only a baby. And that's what the government do to us. They don't make us feel at ease, they make us feel unease. And what does unease stand for or sound like? Disease. That's why we're always ill, because they are making us worry ourselves sick. But I guess that's the plan, isn't it? That's their intention. What are you looking for? Harley. Harley! Honest to God, this dog's mental. Okay, so why is this happening in regards to the water companies raising their prices? Well, let's have a look. It says here that water companies say higher bills are needed to fund the infrastructure improvements, including sewage systems and new reservoirs. Why do they need new ones? What's wrong with the bloody old ones? Now, in Scotland, where water is managed by a thing called a public body, bills are rising by almost 10% to address climate-related challenges like droughts and heavy rainfall. That's a load of nonsense. In Northern Ireland, residents do not pay direct water bills as funding comes from the developed government. Do you know what the developed government is? Well, look it up, it's quite interesting. So how much will I or you have to pay for your water? Well, I'll put it this way, it's going to go up by a lot. Let's look at council tax. If you pay council tax, which everybody does who lives in the UK, expect an increase in England, because local authorities that provide social care can raise council tax by at least up to 4.99% without a local vote. In other words, they can just say, right, we're pouring it up by 4.99% and that's it. One person can make that decision. You don't need a vote. That's a lot of power. They can't do that. How are they getting away with it? The councils without social care duties can raise it by up to 2.99%. And some councils, including Bradford, Newham and Birmingham, as well as Somerset and Windsor, as well as Maidenhead, they can exceed these limits also. Gloves are off. They can do what they bloody like. When I say the UK, I don't just mean just England, because this goes to Scotland as well. And Scotland council tax rates have been frozen since 2007, but they are now rising by up to 10%. The Scottish Government is providing a £1 billion in extra funding to limit the increases. Now, this is also including Wales, London, Northern Ireland. The list goes bloody on. These are just some of the financial changes happening this April. So being aware of these increases can help you plan your budget and explore more ways to reduce costs. In other words, this isn't good. This really isn't good. This isn't just about household bills and council tax, which you have to pay when you live in a house. There's other things that are going to be affected, and one of them is car tax, which is vehicle exercise duty. That's what they call it. Basically, you're paying for the roads. Now, if you own a car, your road tax is also going to increase. It stated that for cars registered after April 2017, the standard rate is rising by £5 to £195 per year. That's how much it's going up by. For older cars which are registered before 2017, tax rates may vary depending on fuel type and emissions. That's why a lot of these cars are going electric, because they want to get rid of petrol cars. And there's a reason behind that. Now let's look at electric cars for a minute, or EVSs, or EVs as people call them. They were previously tax exempt. That means you didn't have to pay tax on them. But this is also changing. Oh, there's a train. They're probably going to tax that as well if they already bloody haven't. From April 2025, newly registered EVs, which is electric cars, will pay at least £10 in the first year. The standard £195 rate from the second year onwards And again, this will change also applies to EVs registered after 2017. How much bloody tax do they want? And the interesting thing, who's getting it? Because I can assure you it's not being spent on the roads. Somebody is putting this money in their back pocket and treating themselves to a nice home and maybe a couple of holidays a year. Something is going on. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not a negative person. I'm a very positive person. You have to be when you live in this world, because if you're not positive, and you don't laugh, you'll end up bloody crying. This is supposed to be a world power that we live in the UK. It's supposed to be strong, intelligent. But the truth is, maybe it is intelligent and maybe it is strong. But there's people, or the people, who are making all these decisions. They're either really, really stupid or they have an agenda. And this is when all these conspiracies start to come out. We have to be critical. We have to look at things critically. Because if you just accept all this crap that's being fed to us and you don't sort of stop and wake up, then we're in big trouble.